Hey guys, today, Jeff, at home, as you can see my little projector back here. Yeah, I had to do some stuff at the house, but that's not what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about politics. Well, I kind of do, but I kind of don't, and I'm not going to talk about pop culture. I want to take a serious moment and talk to you about your own safety, because let's be real. We have probably more quarantines about to come up. We have the madness going on with all the riots due to George Floyd. We have all sorts of craziness going on in this world. And if y'all didn't find out, 2020 has been shattering records when it comes to buying these. Yeah, buying these. As you can see here, little 40 caliber Smith & Wesson M&P Shield. As you can see here, breech is empty. I got no magazine in. Now, I want to explain something to you all. You are your own first line defender. So, get back to my point. You are your first line. That's why I believe in the Second Amendment, because seconds count, cops ain't going to be there, and now certain places are trying to defund them. And on top of the fact I'm a truck driver and you all want your stuff, and some of the places you want to go are either rioting, have shootings, or want to fund their police department. You think I want to go there without being some way to protect myself? So, here it is, guys. I personally have 3 guns. I plan to get more, but the turn of events that's happened in this country made it possible. Now, first one I'm going to show you, got this thing for about 200 bucks. Ruger 22 long rifle Wrangler. Looks like an old school, hold on, old school. Don't worry, I already checked it. It's empty. Looks like an old school, 6-shooter you'd see in the Wild West movies. Yes, 22 long rifle. But the reason I bought this gun is for the simple fact of, when we bought the next gun I'm going to show you, they didn't have any ammo for it. And I only had I only had about 200 bucks left. This gun cost about $200. Hold 6 shots, sorry, going away from, have to do it the old school way of, let me show you. Old school way of ejecting rounds. You have to open up the gate, kick the round out, put a new round in, the whole Old West style. But it's cheap. 22 long rifle ammo, I got 150 shots for $6. Can't beat that. Yes, I know 22 long rifle, I know it's a piss amp, but I needed something to go bang right then and there. This was it. About 200 bucks. Next gun I got, the one I showed you earlier. Smith & Wesson M&P 40 caliber. That's the Shield. It's going to cost about $350, $400, but it's small, concealable, and it's in 40 caliber. You hit someone with one of these at short range, they're going to go down. Here. Just to give you a concept of how big it is, I'll do a comparison. That's how big this pistol is compared to my Ruger. It's small, it's concealable, and fun fact I learned about Indiana. For the month of July, free lifetime concealed carry. You may have to pay for your fingerprints, but yeah, believe me, I'll be doing that. But when it comes to personal defense, this was meant for my wife, but it ends up being my gun that I carry around because I need something small, but I need something where I have to shoot somebody. They're going down. Now, magazine. This is 7-shot. As you can see here, it actually has a ammo indicator. This one's a 7-shot, the other one's a 6-shot. And the last gun that I got for now, Taurus G3 9mm. It comes with one 17-round magazine and a second 15-round. You can see here, goes in flush. I'm not going to rack it because I don't want a bullet in there, but this gun right here cost me less than this one. This one cost me about $240 with tax. Got it at World King down here in Columbus. It's a 9mm, and from every single review I'd ever seen on this pistol, when it comes to, you know, the reviews of this pistol from, you know, gun review things, they said for, you know, $200 to $300 for a 9mm, this is about one of the best guns you can get. Taurus, notoriously before the second or third generation pistols, which is what G3 right here stands for, third generation. Yeah, I hadn't had a lot of problems. This gun, however, people have put 2,000 to 3,000 rounds through a pistol, no jams, no firing. Now, is it the best quality ever? Is this like Glock level quality? No. But Glocks tend to run $500 to $600. This runs you less than $3. And I also found out, which I plan to pick up when I have enough money, they made a compact version, which is about the size of my Smith & Wesson. It's called the G3C. 12-shot capacity stuff. Now, just to show you some of the features of this gun, got your safety, tactile, easy. This gun also, since check it one more time, first rule, always check your weapon before you're going to dry fire it, which is what I'm about to do. Here's the trigger. Start pulling, start pulling, start pulling. Right there is, if you've got this thing locked and loaded and you're about to fire, pull it about right here. That's the wall. There's the reset. Now, that's just so you can get the single shot, the single action trigger. If you heard that little click, now if I had another bullet in the chamber, I'm right here is where I can fire again. Now this thing has one other thing. Let's say you had a misfire, like, because it's a striker pin, it's not a hammer fire. Say a striker pin, you know, the primer wasn't hit right, or, you know, wasn't enough to launch the round. It has a dual action capacity where it can refire. Now it takes a lot more to pull on that trigger than if it was just this round went off and bang. But for about $250 to $300, you're not going to do much better than this. This is my home defense gun for right now. This is my home gun, and so as you can see here, this is a trigger safety. To get this thing, you have to get this blade, this little part right here. You have to get it flush. Let me show you. You have to get that thing flush. If you don't, there's this little part right here. It's just going to smack in, and it's a trigger safety. You're not going to fire unless you get that flush. Now, I know I'm kind of showing off my guns. I'm allowed. But overall point is, for pretty much the lockdowns and all that, we started seeing a little bit of craziness, and especially since my son was born, I had no way to defend myself, my wife, or my son before I bought these. Because, as I said before, the reason I defend the Second Amendment is because no, my ability to defend myself is up to me. You can't rely on the cops, especially now that they want to be defunded and all that. Excuse me. So, I'm going to tell you all right now who are sitting on the fence. Don't wait. If you've got the money, go get a pistol. You can get, like I said, decent G3, $250. A G2C, which is like the G3C, it's just a generation earlier, you can find those $200. They're not quite as good as this pistol right here, but they're good enough. I've seen them. I've held one. The trigger isn't quite as good as the Gen 3, which is one of the big deciding factors, but it's still a 12 round capacity pistol. It's compact like my 40. Maybe just a little bit bigger, but not by much. 12 shots, 9mm, also that. Now, before I make this video too long, just remember there are 4 safety rules. Treat every weapon as if we're loaded. That's why you always see me checking my weapon before I pull a trigger, even if I'm just dry firing. I always make sure this thing's empty before I pull the trigger, unless I'm going to be shooting it. Never point your weapon at anything to tend to shoot. Notice I've been trying to avoid pointing at the camera, pointing at myself. I'm pointing it up or I'm pointing it down. Never point this weapon unless you're going to shoot it. Now, yes, I had broke kind of third safety rule, but keep your finger straight off the mirror unless you're going to fire. Now, I was going to, I was just going to make him think of if you're going to shoot, but still, your finger straight off the trigger unless you're going to fire. Keep your weapon on safe, unless you intend to fire. I was going to dry fire one more time for you, but I decided not to, so the weapon's unsafe. Learn those 4 safety rules. If you're going to get a gun, don't buy it, don't load it, and then just put it in a shoebox and then expect someone busts through a door like that you're just going to shoot and kill them. No, you have to practice with your gun. Have to know it. You have to know how it shoots. You have to know if you know what your tendency is, because with a pistol like this, for example, you could, when shooting, you could jerk. You have to understand how you pull the trigger, how this gun's gonna fire. Like, I haven't had a chance to take this gun to the range yet, or my 40, or even my 22, because the range has been closed. I mean, I'm confident in my ability as a United States Marine to apply fundamental shooting principles if I need to, and maybe hit someone if they're breaking into my house or something, but I can't count on that. Like, the minute a rifle range gets open, I'm going to the range and I'm going to practice my guns. So, I'm telling you all. Put that down. I'm telling you all. Your safety is up to you, not anyone else. Cops will try to get there. Considering where you are, like Chicago, heaven help you, it's going to be a half hour before a cop shows up. Or Seattle, or, any other hotspots, DC. Though DC gun laws are absolutely insane. So I'm telling you guys right now, if you're thinking about it, you're worried about it, get yourself a gun. There are cheap ones out there. I just showed you 2 of them between right here, the Ruger. Granted, some will say, oh, it's 22 long rifle. Any real gun owner, as long as you got something that goes boom, some boom is better than no boom. A real gun person will tell you that. Yeah, they might go, haha, it's only 22, but you know what? If a 22 is all 6-shot 22 is all you can afford, so all you got is about $200. Something is better than nothing, and any real gun person will tell you that. So I'm telling you guys, your safety is in your own hands. But also look up your applicable gun rules, and if there's a specific gun you want to know about, there are hundreds of gun review channels on YouTube. Just look up the kind of gun that you want. Shop around. Don't just impulse. Do research before you go to a gun shop. Like, this gun right here, I must have researched it for 6 hours before I finally went and got one. Checked out tons of reviews. Smith & Wesson, I hadn't exactly reviewed this one, but I had seen it in multiple top 5 budget guns to buy. This was on that list. Because remember, guys, guns get expensive, but sometimes a decent budget gun, that's all. If that's what you need at the time, even a gun person will say, look, even a budget gun, a decent budget gun is good enough if you're not going to be like, going to the range every day. You're not going to be doing, you just need something to defend your house. A good budget gun is good enough. So anyway, guys, I just wanted to explain why I have 3 guns, why I have them, what guns, and the 3 guns, I am not paid by Taurus, I'm not paid by Smith & Wesson, I'm not paid by Ruger. These are just my guns that I personally bought. Like I said, I plan to get more. I plan to get a couple hunting rifles, and maybe another long rifle for home defense, but that's in the future. At least I got guns right now. Someone bursts in my front door, I can lock and load, and I can put rounds at them if I have to. So guys, that's why I defend the Second Amendment. That's why I have guns. If you've got guns, let me know in the comments below what you have. We'll talk some shop. And if you don't, and if you're thinking about it, don't wait. Because old rules guns, at least from my point of view, better to have one and not need it than need it and not have it and you're up that creek without a paddle. So anyways, guys, I'm Jeff. I hope you'll have a wonderful day. I hope you have a safe day. I hope you'll have a wonderful 4th of July. I'll catch you next time.